Hey everyone, it's Shakira, and welcome back to Glow Beauty Wellness here on YouTube. And today I want to talk about um, the idea that social media is ruining people and ruining society and making women and kids and everyone just insecure and, just ruining everything for everyone, ruining our self esteem, our self worth, and I've seen this topic on YouTube a couple times, and I thought, I want to make a video about it, but then I was like, other things came up, other video ideas and stuff came up, but I've seen videos on YouTube about it, and I've also seen people post on Instagram about, um, Instagram picture where the chick looks like super nice, super smooth, super poppin', tiny waist, big booty, no cellulite, and then they show another photo where it is taken in like an unflattering position, which nobody's gonna post usually unflattering pictures. And so I personally thought that was stupid, and because I kept seeing everyone do it, and it's like, for me, I know that social media is not real. Like, I'm a 33-year-old woman, you know, I live my life. I have social media. I post things, and no one posts their negative, um, the negative things that happen in their life, because it wouldn't really make sense. I mean, it would and it wouldn't. It would humanize people, and that, like, let's say for Kim Kardashian, for example, beautiful girl, no matter how you feel about her or whatever, she's beautiful, and her life seems to be perfect. But we don't know, she's not going to post videos and pictures of her husband wilding out because he has bipolar disorder. And trust me, people that have those type of mental illnesses have episodes, and it's not easy. And I think that people don't use their common sense a lot of the times when it comes to social media, and they don't understand. And this is something that I've had to kind of come to terms with, is that, and forgive me, my allergies are like, it's like drainage city over here, so I'm sorry if I sound congested and out of breath because it's hard for me to breathe right now. But you know I had to realize that not everyone thinks beyond what they see in pictures, but that is what people should do. Social media is is just like television commercials, only we have our phones on us 24/7, and a lot of people are addicted to social media. They're addicted to what things seem and what they want. They're addicted to this fantasy that, I mean, what you see online is not real. You can edit your pictures, you can go get plastic surgery, you can go do so many things to make yourself look a certain way, and post these pictures, and then the people that post these pictures get a self-esteem boost because, oh my gosh, people are liking my pictures, and you get all these comments where these people, and I'm going to say this, and I don't mean any harm by saying this, but it is a matter of self-esteem that people are even thinking that social media is ruining society. If you look at someone's picture and you feel bad about yourself, like, I just watched a video where the chick was like, there's studies that say, um, especially black and brown people, that when we use social media apps more than any other race. I don't know how that data was collected, but everyone is addicted to their phones and social media. But apparently people get down on themselves about their lives and about their appearances, and about what the standard of beauty is, which is interesting to me because it used to be super skinny, model thin was in, right? But now the big booty model thing is, or not, the big booty tiny waist look is in. Women are getting the lipo, they're getting their waist super small and their booty super big, to the point where it looks ridiculous. And I just have to say that nobody is to blame for this. The difference between social media now and when I was growing up, and I want to touch on this because it's really important, I feel, for us to really keep things in perspective. There's nobody to blame if you, individual, feel bad about what you see on Instagram, period. When I was growing up, like when I was in high school, all we had was Black Planet, and MySpace. Okay, Facebook wasn't even popular until like my friends were going to college, because I didn't go to campus in college. This is back when you had to have um, an email address that had the .edu, right? So we didn't have Insta until like eight. Oh God, it's been like 8 years. I remember when my youngest son was a baby, Instagram was like really really like really new. This is before like Reezy did all that she did to her face, and she looks good. I'm not hating on anybody. Um, I'm not hating on anybody that chooses to go and get work done or chooses to do whatever. All I'm saying is I'm just trying to put things into perspective. Our social media when I was coming up was the tabloids, was like Entertainment Tonight, and all and music videos and stuff like that. That was our social media, and I remember being fascinated with like Melissa Ford. I thought her body was so popping. I wanted a big booty and big thighs, and I wanted, my boobs, and I ended up getting my boobs, but it took me forever to get my butt and my thighs to where it's semi where hers, is at or seemed to be, but she's shorter, I believe, than me. And so when you're shorter and you're stacked, you look a little different than when you're like 5'7" and you have a little booty. So at this point in my life, after a year of, not even a year, but some time of working on my lower body, squatting, really focusing on developing and forming and creating a little bit of mass and a little bit of booty, I have my booty, and I have a video on that on this channel. But that took time to do, But I remember working out like a maniac. Melissa Ford, Beyonce. And I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel before, but I used to be a serial dieter. Like that was my thing. Diet, workout to the point where I burnt out. And this is over 10 years ago when I first got into fitness, right? So, I know what it feels like to look at someone and say, damn, I want that body. And work toward it. But I don't know what it feels like to be obsessed about it. I never looked at these women and felt like depressed because I don't look like Beyonce today, or depressed. I even did that lemonade diet. Y'all remember when Beyonce lost all that weight for Dreamgirls? I did that stupid ass diet, and I lasted a few days. I was eating white corn tortilla chips because I was freaking hungry, because diets don't work, period. And so, so, I never felt depressed about it. I always was like, all right, I'm gonna work toward it. I am a super critical, determined, Virgo. Like, if I set my mind to something, I'm gonna figure out how I can get that. This is why I got an ass that's too big for my liking right now. And that's facts. I love my body, but all women, no matter what we do, even when we reach our goal, we're like, okay, what else can I do? This is the mental illness. It sits within ourselves. It has nothing to do with social media. The problem is that people are not confident, and the problem is they're not confident. I'm sorry, I do this sometimes where I have these ideas and I just overflow and overspeak and produce too much information. But I really want this to hit home for whoever listens, and especially if you have a little girl or even a son, the world is very different in terms of stimulation and what our children are exposed to and stuff like that. I do get that, but I talk to my sons all the time about confidence, because boys need that too. Boys need to be confident as well. Boys have their own battles in terms of self-esteem, but girls, I am a woman. I was a girl at one point, and I had there were times when I would look at other women and kind of wish I looked like them, or wish that my body was like them, i.e. I wish I looked like Beyonce in her body. I wish that I had J-Lo's body. I wish I looked like Melissa Ford, and there was a time where that was the goal, where I wanted to look like someone else. But as I've gotten older, and this is why it's the parents' job to talk to their daughters talk to them about self-image, and really be on them and do the work with them. The work is going to depend on you. Do the research. Everyone's going to be different. For me, it was all about loving myself and the body that I have right now. And more so loving myself first, absent of the physical vehicle that I have, right? Because we are not even our bodies. This is just something that we have to experience this life in, right? So understanding that you are not your body. Yes, you can work toward looking developing the look that you want, but still loving your body. Like, I love my body. I love myself, even though I have cellulite, even though I have stretch marks. I'm still popping. Nobody can tell me different. Nobody can, nothing, I would not trade bodies with Beyonce today or J-Lo or anybody, because I love myself. So when you love yourself, there's nothing there. Nobody could come up on your Instagram feed to make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? And so, if anything, when I look at certain women on Instagram, I look and I cringe, because I'm like, you look like an ant. This is not a good look. There was someone posted on Facebook a while ago, tiny. This is the definition of a botched booty job or whatever. You're so skinny in the legs, but you have a humongous behind that looks odd. Kim Kardashian, she has toned, I guess, her look down, but her butt still looks odd. Her sister Khloe, it doesn't look good. It looks like you look like an ant. Period. You can have a pretty face. I don't care how much money you have, but you look like an ant. Only someone, if you're confident in yourself, you're not tripping. So I want to touch on, who is even setting these beauty standards? Who says that you have to look like an ant? Who says that looking like an ant is beauty? Who says that looking like an ant is sexy and popping? Okay, these maybe men on social media, right? Or maybe music videos, maybe whatever. Well, why are you even paying attention to that? This pop culture, hip hop culture. Who cares? Just because Cardi B has an ant-looking booty doesn't mean, and everyone praises her, everyone thinks she's this and thinks she's that. That doesn't mean I'm going to subscribe to that. Teach your children to stop subscribing to the norm. Go the other way. If it looks weird, like a lot of the stuff is mental illness, and body dysmorphia and, obsession with whoever created this norm that now little teeny tiny waists and big behinds are like the thing now. Another person that comes to mind that looks really kind of odd and cartoonish is Keisha Kaur. Beautiful face, has obviously had work done, and ain't nothing wrong with it, but doesn't look right. And it doesn't mean that, who says that her body is the goal? You know what I'm saying? Who says that anybody else's body is the goal? Now, if you want to look like an ant, or you want a super big butt and a tiny waist, and somebody's told you that look good, or you have it in your mind that looks good, then fine, go for it. Fine, go for it. But you have been influenced by society. We all are slightly influenced by society, and maybe our partner, and I don't know who else, but just think about where these ideas are coming from, and like I said, if looking a certain way is really how you want to look, like for example, if you have a pancake butt, you work out, or maybe you don't want to work out, maybe just like forget it, I'm just going to go get the BBL and I'm just going to keep it pushing. If you have a behind that is not to your liking and you have the money to go get the work done, more power to you. But if that's what you want to do, and not like ridiculous. I feel like the cartoonish looking look is 1000% fueled by like social media, because I remember back in the day when Kim Kardashian first became popular and her butt began to grow, even for a hot second I thought, oh, her look is it's a nice look. This must have been before she started looking ridiculous and like the diaper booty situation. But the bottom line here, you all, is that social media is not ruining society. It is, I feel, the lack of self-awareness in how we feel and the things that we're doing in our daily lives. Like parents, I know that it can be hard to take your child's phone because I mean, I'm the parent of an almost 13-year-old, so I know how important cell phones are to these kids. But my son doesn't have his phone right now because he broke it. So they can live without their phones, and monitoring what's going on their phones, what apps they have, I feel is really important because of what's going on. For me coming up, we had Black Planet, we had tabloids, and stuff like that, and music videos. That still was an influence, I remember watching music videos and wanting to be a video chick. I can't believe I admitted that to you guys, and wanting to be like in the videos. And I almost got there, but I ended up getting, into a relationship, and he was like, I don't want you to be a video girl. And so that was the, that was the end of that. But, the look, the aesthetic, it's like, oh, but it's fake. And that's the bottom line, is that it's not real. Just like no one's going to post their bad times when they're crying, when they're broke, when they are confused, when they don't, what I'm saying? Nobody's going to post that and make videos about the sad times, But they're going to post when they're getting money, when they get a new car, when their business finally is doing good, when their partner is finally treating them right and not cheating on them and talking to other people and blah, blah, blah. Remember that. And teach your children that. Like, stop we all need parents, talk to your children. Don't let social media raise your children. I talk to my sons about stuff. My youngest, he's still innocent. He still is like, what's this? What's that? But my older son, I know that he's been exposed to certain things. He's growing up and he's experiencing life and seeing life in the eyes of a teenager. And so my job as a mom is to make sure we see things in reality and understand that this is all fake. It is all, engineered to make people money. Yes, duh, common sense. Social media and media in general is about making someone else wealthy. But if you remove that or limit that, and most important, develop the mind to be free of that and not really care what other people are doing, then you're going to set your children up for success. And for women that get online and compare themselves to other women that have big booties, and they think that, oh, that's what I need to get, a big booty and a small waist to feel loved or whatever, you'll see after your procedure that you're going to have the same problems, maybe even more, because that look attracts that type of person that likes that type of look. I'm just saying, so make sure whatever it is that you're doing is because it is what you want to do and how you want to improve yourself. For example, my boob job was because I had granny boobies and I did not feel sexy with granny boobies. So I went and got a boob job, So if you have a pancake butt and you feel like, what, I've done everything I can do, or how about I'm just too lazy to do the work. Excuse me. Excuse me again. If you want to get something done for yourself, baby, go for it. But if you're trying to fit into some societal norm, then that's on you. And it's not society's fault. It is not social media's fault. I'm sorry. It's your fault. We're going to take accountability for this, because if I understand that it's up to me to accept a societal norm, then it's up to you to accept it as well. And I'm going to end on this. I watched a video also that said that some people, all they have is social media to validate themselves, and kind of giving a pass to people that see social media as the only space for validation. And when you get all those likes, or when that's your only community. Well, let me just say that if that is the case, your community needs to be yourself. I don't need anybody to validate me. I get compliments, and everyone gets compliments, or is recognized for something. I get compliments and I accept the compliments, and Even with those compliments, if I don't agree with it, then I'm not going to accept it. Okay? If I get a compliment, I was just talking about today about how I don't like all the extra mass that I've created in my lower body. And I was told, well, do you know how many people want that? Well, I mean, I get it, but it's not what I want. It's not, I overdevelop my thighs and my glutes. And so now I'm working toward reversing that. It's like a mental illness because, like I said earlier, I wanted to develop my lower body a little bit. But anyway, this is not about me. But what I'm trying to say is you have to accept societal norms as the truth first in order for you to become obsessed with creating that for yourself. And if you don't accept somebody else's standard of beauty, then you're good. You're straight. You don't have to worry about it. You can go on your own path and do what makes you happy and what makes you feel the best. And that only comes from developing yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically, taking care of yourself and not really caring about what everyone else is doing, but really caring about how you feel in your body. And that's the most important thing for me, is how I feel. I do love myself and I love my body, but I'm still working on the things that I want to change. And so that is what I'm going to end this on. And I'm also going to say it again. Social media is not to blame for your low self-esteem, your low confidence. If this is you, I'm hoping that it's not you. But it's not to blame for anyone's low self-esteem, low confidence, and so on and so forth. Taking care of your mental health is extremely important. Deactivating your profiles and stuff like that could really help someone who's struggling in this department, and really diving deep into some personal development will really help you detach and stop looking for validation in other places. You need to validate yourself. You need to love yourself. You define what's beautiful to you. And that's the bottom line. That will help you unplug and find balance in between the virtual world, which is false, which is fake, which is just like a television ad. It's designed, the Instagram and stuff like that, for the most part, is designed to sell you stuff. It's for advertisers, and it's to create a fantasy so that the consumer will buy into it. Be a smart consumer. Don't allow your mind to be twisted into somebody else's ideas of beauty and success and power and what a poppin' body is. So deep breath. That did not sound like a good deep breath, but I'm congested. We have drainage going on, so I'm gonna sign off. But I hope that this video was helpful. And if you have anything else to add, I would love for you to add things down below regarding this topic. And let's help each other get out of this idea that somebody else is to blame for our issues, and take control of our lives. And so thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.